the news of the week with your anchorman, Dennis Miller.
Hey, you know what? I want to thank you first off, and there's this woman who comes to every show. I don't even know your name, but I always see you're always sweet, and I got you these flowers because I wanted you to know what's your name. There you go. Name's Helen. Name's Helen. Helen! Good for you. Yeah, okay. Now listen, I want to get this out of the way up front. I want to thank all the crew and the staff here. They're all very nice people. I had a great time working with you. And I want to say that our 1-900 line, we've had 80,000 calls in the last 2 days protesting. And the Tribune in Chicago has been inundated with calls. We've got thousands of letters from people, 80,000 calls, and probably go over 100,000 calls. I just want to say that I take none of this lightly. I know sometimes my persona in television has been to be somewhat of a cynical prick, but I'm genuinely touched by what you've done for me. I won't forget it. Good evening. Good evening. Time to get back to Prickville. Good evening, and what can I tell you? George Nosferatu Bush reacted strongly this week when a reporter flashed a color photo of Al Gore at him. He then ripped his heart out and ate it in front of the old man. How many here think they'd make a better president than me? You know, things are getting worse and worse for George Bush. It seems like every rally he attends lately, the crowd starts going, na, 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 na. Goodbye. Ted Kennedy gave a pat on the back to a member of the Boston Youth Cleanup Corps this week. The youth spend most of their time gathering empty beer cans on the Kennedy estate. While the first presidential debate took place unexpectedly last week, here we see Bill Clinton and Dan Quayle discussing their political agendas. Al and Tipper Gore gave thumbs up to the new Ray Stevens Greatest Hits video compilation this week in Kentucky. Here we see Tipper shrieking, "I just love the song about the squirrel running around the church." As Bill Clinton gently caressed his wife's shoulders during a brief campaign stop, he thought to himself, well, looky over there. Who's she? Wonder if they're real. Sore loser Ross Perot had the Statue of Liberty strafed this week. Militants in Nicaragua laugh it up during a protest when one of them puts on a gas mask and yells, "Look at me, I'm a bug, buzz." Here we see German Chancellor Helmut Kohl and Foreign Minister Klaus Kinkel last week, just as Kohl rips off his skin-like mask and reveals he is really Benny from L.A. Law. During a meeting between Hosni Mubarak and James Baker, Mubarak suddenly turned to the press and asked, "What do you mean I'm funny? What am I, some kind of clown here to amuse you?" Secretary of Education Lamar Alexander spent a full 45 minutes gazing at his hand this week after someone slipped a hit of microdot into his Diet Coke. After criticism that Joe Camel was aimed at children, the R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company canceled their ad campaign. Instead, they'll be opening their new theme park, Kitty's Joe Camel World, in Florida next summer. Rides include It's a Small World Inside an Oxygen Tent and Tumors of the Caribbean. Elizabeth Taylor held reporters at bay this week as she held a piece of paper containing the name of her next lucky husband. Bonnie Brightbell takes a young ocelot to the watering hole at Florida's Zoological Park. Bonnie's little friend will be full-grown by next year, and a trip to the water hole will end in death. Yeah. I'm out of water. You're out of water. The whole place is out of water. This just in, Leona Helmsley has escaped from the Danbury Correctional Facility. Here we see 10-year-old inventor Clint Lenz as he displays his glow in the dark toilet seat. Lenz invented the seat after his father mistook him for a commode early one morning after a chili fest. And finally, Dr. Kevorkian smiles broadly this week after being acquitted of murder charges. Kevorkian has no immediate plans, though in the future he said, I would like to kill some more people if that would be okay. Guess what, folks? That's the news, and I am out of it.
From Los Angeles, live on tape, it's the Dennis Miller Show. Tonight, Tom Selleck, Gloria Steinem, musical guest, the Allman Brothers Band. This portion of the Dennis Miller Show is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's everything you want a beer to be.
Welcome back. You know, tonight's show is our last show, and the last time I'm going to ask you to call one of our 900 numbers. Once again, got 80,000 calls so far. Let's push it over 100,000, make these people sweat. Plus, all the money from the net profits from the calls go to the Pediatric AIDS Foundation. I think we've made them a lot of money so far. So, if you... Now, the people at Sprint told me that these lines will be open into the beginning of next week, so you can call anytime you want. If you think the show should stay on the air, 1-900-468-2210. And if you don't think the show should have been canceled, 1-900-468-2211. And the lines, like I said, will be open all weekend in the beginning of next week. My good friend Nick Bakay, I got a nice telegram here from a friend. I'd like to read it to y'all. It says, Dear Dennis, they're crazy to cancel you. Only a guy like you could have made me what I am today. A fruit bat. Jinky the fruit bat. Just checked in.
That's it. He's there for you when it counts.
Jinky has always been there. So, what else? What do we do next? You know, I've had a lot of great guests on my show, and over the... Sweet. Feel like Dean Martin's swing pad or something. Everybody's checking in. How are you?
I guess that makes me a gold digger.
Yes, it does, baby doll.
For those of you at home.
Thanks for coming on. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, except I'm pretty disappointed that,
that's
this
sweet of you,
happened, and I don't think that it's right. I don't think it's okay, and I came by to tell you that we're for you, and
Well, I appreciate
we're waiting
it. Thank
for you.
And
You know, I decided that I should probably go by and talk to those guys.
oh, trying to...
You know, I've been known to be persuasive.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have ignored 80,000 phone calls of people saying they want you to stay on the air.
What would you use? What...
Well, Dennis...
It's the old ice pick theory, yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Sharon Stone. Something about a woman with an ice pick that gives me a rash right here, my upper chest. Somebody else we've had on the show over the few months come in to say goodbye is the diminutive one from Saturday Night Live, David Spade. Spudley? You're beautiful, man. You're one of the heavyweights, and you're checking in with your support, and I'm touched. And who the hell gave you that haircut? Mengele? What the hell is that? That is haircut terminus, the Klaus Barbie story. What happened there?
I have no detectable hairstyle. Now, listen, before I tell you, I just want to say, on kind of a straight note, you know, I'm a good friend of yours, and you've been a good friend of me. You set out to do your own show. You did a nice job, and I respect you for it. And I'll be at the Chicago Improv, August 18, San Diego, 4 through 9, the MTV Video Awards. And
What is this? Call Arsenio.
It's not about. Look, it's not about. He owes me some money. It's something else.
Okay. Thanks for coming on, Spudley. David Spade. You know, at first. Woo! Woo! It's the heartfelt moments that make me think, damn it, yeah, this is worth it. My first guest is the Emmy Award-winning actor who starred on Magnum P.I. for 8 seasons before making the transition to big screen. Tom Selleck, bro!
Everything was ready for their wedding except the groom.
You know, thank you. Welcome back. Welcome back. You know, as I sat here interviewing Tom Selleck, I started to get choked up because I realized that Tom, it's probably the last time I'll interview him, and he's my last vestige of contact with Larry Manetti and Roger E. Mosley. You know, my next guests have been together for over 20 years, here tonight performing Melissa from their new live album, The Allman Brothers. Welcome back. Welcome back. By the way, the Allman Brothers will be back later to sing us another song. You know, we got an American classic. You know, we've got our final voicemail message. Can we hear it, please?
Hey, Dennis. Hey, how are you? This is Mike, calling from Detroit. Hey, I really like that Foods That Kill bit, but why didn't you use a real box of rice? I'm a big fan of yours. Okay, I'm out of here.
You know, Mike is referring to a comedy piece we did on the show called Foods That Kill, and I think we have some tape of that. Dave, can we roll that, please?
Of 10-minute rice.
Well, that doesn't sound too dangerous to me.
With snake venom? And if the snake venom doesn't get you, the packaging will.
Now, what the caller noticed was that we used 10-minute rice, which is a brand we made up. The truth is we wanted to use Uncle Ben's converted rice, and we asked Uncle Ben's for permission to use their product in the sketch. When we received this letter, it says, we do not grant permission to use the box of Uncle Ben's rice at any time in any way as part of the television series entitled The Dennis Miller Show. We strongly object and regret very much that you neglected to mention during our phone conversation the knife popping out of the box. Now, the people at Uncle Ben's didn't want us to use their product because they were afraid that people would really think that rice contains snake venom and that a knife pops out of the top of the box like it did in our bit. At the time, we here at the show thought that was pretty stupid, but now that we've had time to think about it, we realize that they were right, and we can only imagine what would have happened if.
Imagine the panic of the tyrannical leader who downs a heaping plate of Uncle Ben's converted rice.
Doesn't sound dangerous to me, Nick.
With snake venom? And if the snake venom doesn't get you, the packaging will.
Just let me get this rice started, Lois, and then we can visit, okay? Rice! Oh, my God, Karen, no! My God, what did you do that for?
Didn't you see the Dennis Miller Show? Some boxes of rice now contain snake venom and knives that pop out of the top of the box.
Oh, my God. You saved my life. I'm going to have to call everyone I know out there and warn them about the deadly rice and tell them not to buy it.
Is it total chaos? And who do we have to thank for it? Well, I'll tell you who. Dennis Miller, that's who.
I say we lynch him.
Lynching is much too quick for his kind.
I say we burn him at the stake.
Yeah, burning's good. Who's with me? Get ready to burn, Miller. And also after burning, I'd like to invite everyone to my house for rice cerrone. Come on now. You can't do this. It's just a joke. Don't you see it? A joke. A joke.
Man, I don't think I ever need to see my tongue that closely again. It would not be overstating that. Welcome back. Once again, performing Blue Sky, the Allman Brothers. It's 20th year, Gloria. Welcome back. I'd like to thank my guests, Tom Selleck, Gloria Steinem, the Allman Brothers, Sharon Stone, and David Spade. I'd like to give those numbers again, 1-900-468-2210 or 1-900-468-2211 if you want to register your vote for the show. Like I said, all proceeds go to a good cause, the Pediatric AIDS Foundation. I'd like to thank all of you and all of you people at home. I promised you I'd be the last one off the embassy roof, and as you can see, it's starting to get weird around here, so I'm going to get out of here right now. Thank you very much, folks.
This is the end. Yeah.